Okay guys, today in this video we're going to cover a common problem on Bobcat Zero Turns, probably other Zero Turns too, but in this video it's going to be a Bobcat because they do have a issue where the seats tend to break loose, the rails underneath, or they just come loose and you're rattling all around as you're riding and you're just frustrated. So we're going to fix one today. As you can see here, our seat, part of the rail is stuck on here and broken, and the other part of the rail is still attached to the seat. Now, to get this seat into this position where I took it off, you have to literally lift up. Well, you want to push down on the handle here and lift up, and you're going to find 4 nuts down here. I already took them out. You're just seeing the holes of where they were. You're going to take those 4 nuts off, and basically the seat's going to come forward. Now there's one of the nuts that I just threaded back on there. Alright, but this rail does not belong on here just yet. When you mount it, you're actually going to mount all the rails to the seat, and then the seat gets mounted to your platform here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take off this platform here, which is pretty simple. You're going to have these locking clips right here, and you're just going to take a flathead screwdriver and you're going to stick it. There's a little groove on the top. You're going to stick it in there, and we're going to pry those clips up. And these pins probably will go flying on you. There we go. That one's off. And do the other side, same way. Now, just push back on there, and see, it's free from there. Do the other side. Just push in on it, free it up, pull it out, and now the whole base will be able to lift up. Now when you lift this up, you may or may not, depending on how old your mower is, have that little safety cable right there. So we're going to have to go ahead and take that nut off so that we can get this platform up on the bench. Our cable's off. Now we can lift this up, put her on the bench. Now, first thing we do before we mount the new brackets onto the seat is we got to get the old bracket off first. So to get this off, you see these little green wings right here? This side's missing. But basically they're held on by those bolts that go through here. So you want to lift up the underside, and you're going to see those nuts, one there, and there's one down there. When you take them off, you will be able to remove this panel, and this whole rail will come up. Now that those nuts on the bottom are loose, that wing will come off of there, and you'll be able to pull this straight up. And you can see it's got those little black grommets on there. If yours are loose, you don't want to lose them because you're going to want to put them back on. Also, remember which way this rail is going. So when you do get your new one, you do put it on the same way, and you're not putting it on backwards or upside down. So always take pictures beforehand if you have to, or take video. Alright, so this is up, out of the way. Now our base is free, so we're going to go ahead to the seat now and take the other broken rail off. Now, before we get into taking this rail off, I wanted to mention that your safety switch for the seat, that wire also has to be disconnected. It's coming out from under here, plugs into your seat. So before we can lift that seat off of there, you're going to have to unplug this wire also. Alright, now the rails mount onto the seat, and they don't mount onto the platform. They will mount onto the platform after they're applied to the seat. Now the other one's already off because the bolt's broken. It was stuck on our platform. This one is still on the seat, but it's damaged also. You can see it's busted. To get these off, you're going to have a screw up front and a screw down bottom there. That one already fell out, and up there. So you got one in each corner to take off. Alright, now that we got all of our bolts out, you should be able to just pull right up on this rail, and it should come right off. The screws that came out of there will have a thick little washer on them, just so you know. If yours don't, that's what the washer looks like. It's a pretty thick little washer. But make sure you have them, put them back on. Okay, so now you'll take your first rail and you want to make sure you put your washer down first over these holes, and this is actually going to sit right on those washers, and you're going to put those screws in the top and in the bottom. Alright, my screws are in. You can see there's your screw bolt there, and underneath is the washer. And it's very important that you have that on this end also. If you can't get to the screw on this end because the rail's in the way, just push in on your seat lever and push up, and you'll be able to get to your bolt there. Make sure you got that washer underneath, or this is not going to operate correctly. It's going to be on an angle, and the seat won't slide forward and backwards. We'll do the same thing for this side. Put our washers on there, and then we'll set our rail up, and we'll put those screws in there. Alright, we have both rails on each side on now, so now is where you take your black washers, and you want to put them on here like that. Alright, now we're going to take our platform, the base we took off first down there, and we're going to lay it over top of these four, and we're going to bolt it in. Alright, I laid the platform up top. Now you take your little wings, and you're going to lay them down there like that, and then we're going to put the nuts on each one. And there it is. Our 4 nuts in each corner are tight. We got our wings on. All that's left to do now is lift your seat back up, put your little pins back in, connect your safety seat switch, and your cable if you had one that was connected to your seat, and that's it. Now all that's left to do is sit and enjoy the ride comfortably finally without bouncing all over the place. Hey guys, please hit subscribe below, give me a like. I'll see you on the next video.